So we have finished our pistil set and all our 6 petals, and they're all wired and thermoform and ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab 3 and we're going to close them like that. Make sure they are as 3 as, and we're just going to glue, okay? So here we go. So we're gonna hold it, make sure, I think I'm gonna just follow this. I like to fold the wires until the end, just because, you know, I don't know where it's gonna end, but you're going to try to get your 3 petals. Maybe if you put it downside, it'll be, because you want them to be, you know, perfectly like in 3s, right? You don't want this too close like that, so because you're gonna glue this one over this one, this one over this one, and this one over this one. So you're gonna have these 3 things like that. So this one over this one over that one, and this is over here. So you wanna make sure those little 3, and it's kind of like 3, it's like kind of like the same space. So we are going to start gluing now. This one over this one, and this one over this one. So we got these 3 right here. You want to make sure that the same space is here, here, and here, right? Like this one's a little bit too open here, so we close it, push it down a little bit, and then we're gonna glue. We wait, and we glue the 3rd one. Making sure they are as, you know, that this part is not as close as this one. So there we go. We got the 3 base ones, and I think I need a little bit more, tiny little, and it's just a little dab. It's just to hold it in place, because really, you don't want them moving around. So there's all the glitter. So they're gonna close down. We're gonna close them up a little bit, right there. And then here's the complicated part. We're gonna push this right through the center. And this is where you're gonna pick at what height you want it. I kind of like it like this, you know, like a little bit too much. And then we're going to put this one in there through the back of these 2. And this is a hard part to glue. If you can see here, it was too wide, so it doesn't really matter because you're gonna close this up. But you do, the lily, since it's only 6 petals, you really want them perfectly aligned, right? So you're gonna put the 3rd one. Okay. And they're gonna be moving around. So this is the hard part about the lily. You know, you want it as perfect as possible. This one got in, so I'm gonna close it up, this one, with your wire. A little bit here, a little bit here. And this is where you're going to go around until you get the accommodation that you need. Okay, so we're gonna turn it around again. And this is, well, it's gonna be complicated with these little buds. So we got these 3. On this one, you see here how it's bent? We're going to have to unglue it a little bit and just push it a little bit taller so it won't, you can't see that stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie it up and then we're gonna glue. You know, it's a question of practice. We're gonna push these, make sure these are all kind of like the same height, because sometimes you may wanna close it, oops. So we're gonna start you know, getting your petals as aligned. See how they moved all over? So that is like the end of the whole thing. Meanwhile, you're gonna wrap your so it has here, so we got this. Now see over here, this one's a little bit more out, so I'm gonna push it in. Make sure it's as nice as possible. So we're going to, and here we go. So we're gonna accommodate these a little bit taller. This one goes over here, and this one goes over here. And this is where the gluing process takes form. And you do want to get it like as ordered as possible. So it's not that easy. So we're gonna turn it around. You can't really squash it too much. You've got to hold it here. Make sure this line is like that, you know, right in the middle of these two petals. So we're going to hold this up. Try not to glue so much at the beginning until you start like getting, you know, like right here only. So I'm gonna push this. Make sure it is as perfectly aligned as I want it, right? I want it a little bit more open, so I'm gonna hold this and hold this. So this is kind of like the complication of the lily. You know, to me, it's a hard one to thermoform because it's just so perfect, right? You want it to be like perfect. So we're just gonna hold that a little bit until it kind of glues, and it's just the bottom part. Now this other one, now we're gonna glue this other one right in the middle of these three. Right here. So we're gonna hold it as perfect as possible. Turn it around. It's got its little holding process, so I'm gonna put just a dab of this in the back and just a dab of this. So these three, I'm gonna hold it from here actually. So I want it to look as ordered, as straight, like the perfect flower, right? Can you see right there? So I'm holding it right there for it to glue. And there we go. Now we're gonna do the third petal, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm gonna push it back. This one's easier because they're already kind of in place. So you're gonna do this on this side. Okay, I don't know if you can see. And we're just going to bend it up and hold it for it to glue. And look at how pretty it's looking. It is looking gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So now, if you want these to be taller, these to be a little bit more down, you know, it's all up to you, or perfectly like. And we are done with our flower. Now here, back here, you may just want to cut these little squares out. Make sure, you know, the little things out. It doesn't really matter because we're going to cover it with EVA foam. I mean, with the little leaves, with the 4 leaves in the back. So here we go. So look how pretty it looks. So this is going to go inside the PVC pipe. And then the leaves are just going to be glued from here towards the PVC pipe. So we're going to go on to the next step, which is our final step. Look at how pretty. So we are now in our final step, and we've got our 2 floral tapes here. We've got our PVC pipe, which we're going to unbend. Make sure you, I like to fold it here. And this part obviously towards the inside. So first of all, we're just going to give it a little extra tape on the bottom part of our flower, just to make sure we kind of cover the a little bit of the petals, you know, as much as possible. So we're gonna go on and work on this. So the first step we're gonna do is we are going to glue these, because this is going to just the very edge. You're going to do this, the very, very edge. Make sure it's towards one side. So I got the pipe here and I'm gonna glue it right here. And I'm gonna open it up. You see? And then the other one, I am going to glue it over here. I like to glue it, although I have a little bit more trouble afterwards when you close it up with a floral tape, but it kind of wraps a little bit, you know, it glues better to the pipe than to the floral tape. So we've got these like that. You may want to put a little bit of glue here if you want. Doesn't necessarily have to be like that, but it's all just so it won't move while you wrap. And then we've got this other one over here. So now we're going to start wrapping. I'm going to move this little flower over here. Our giant floral tape, which in the lily usually like the light green. So we're just going to, you may want to put a dab of glue in here, just so it sticks a little bit better. And then we're just going to start wrapping our PVC pipe. I don't have enough space under, oh, one unglued, so it doesn't do that. And my flower just fell off. PVC pipe is kind of big and I have to be under the camera. So you're just gonna wrap around really nicely. So you're gonna see the difference, like it's still unglued, but how you're going to wrap part of the leaf. To most of my flowers, I usually leave the wire outside of the leaf, but in the case of the lily, you know, we wrap. So you want to bend it down. And you're going to go like right there, and then you push it back up. Once you push it back up, when you're going to wrap part of the leaf right here, because the leaf has to be like coming out of the stem, right? So the other one unglued, so let's try with the other way, where we first put this and then we glue the leaf, which you can do any way, really. You know, it's like how it seems easier. I'm having a hard time because the camera is too close to, I don't have enough space. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue it here on this side again while I'm going down. here, that's where I'm gonna have troubles. Push it down, make sure the leaf is coming out of the stem. Oh, there we go, we got it. Okay. Oh my. I think I need a taller camera, but then it won't show so close. So we're gonna keep on going. You can go back if you want it like more noticeable. So I'm gonna close this up, put a little bit dab of glue. The hard part about the, well, it does, you know, with silicone glue, it does work, but let me put another piece. Just a little extra there. Just a little extra. So we've got our thing done. Now we're going to go push our flower inside the PVC pipe, and then we're going to thermoform these and glue them around this to one and the other so you can keep together. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to thermoform one and then just hold it here a little bit farther away. And I'm going to grab a little bit of glue. Make sure you keep it in the same place because it's thermoformed to your contour of that space you held it. And you're just going to make sure it's inside. It's not going to move. Then we're going to turn it a little bit and do another one. Second. And I'm going to place it here, thermoform it around the place it's being held, like that. Now we're going to put a little bit of glue there. I'll make sure it's at the edges so it can, because this is really what's going to kind of hold your flower, that it doesn't fall off from your pipe. This little wire here, it's bothering me a little bit. And now we're going to twist here, and we're going to thermoform. Can you see? Thermoform. Let me twist it. It's the wire to my phone that is recording. We're gonna do the third one. Now you can do 3 or 4, whichever amount of leaves you prefer. It's just basically to hold it in place. So I'm going to use my other glue that I like a little bit more, but well, no. I've got this one right here, close by. So push it in, hold it over, make sure it glues to the edges, to everything. Now, if you want to give it a little something extra, you're just gonna warm up this part around the, you know, so you can thermoform it perfectly to your PVC pipe. So it's perfectly rounded. And you have a beautiful pink lily done. Congratulations, it is gorgeous.